What is the most challenging part of creating an awesome experience page, and what are you likely to need help with? The pictures or photos part of the experience, from my experience creating an experience, that's a lot of the word experience. The photos is where you're likely to need some help. The photos section, as we'll take a look at now, according to their instructions, is not a place to just upload a selfie or a picture that looks staged. You want people who are actually engaged in the activity with the experience. You want to show off the location and make sure your photo has good lighting. You don't want filtered photos, and I would hope no drugs, nudity, alcohol. And I guess you're not allowed to use any children at all in your experience, which it means you got to keep it to adults, which is interesting if you've got an experience for kids, but it says no children. So there you go. Here's some examples of it. And what you can see, the examples are often very people or experience focused. You can see through the examples here, one thing that's consistent. These are people actively engaged. You can click on more detailed examples to get even more. What I did for mine, I just put my camera up with a tripod and took a picture of this. Now, this is not the ideal way to do the experience. What I'm imagining the best way for me to do the photos is to have one of my friends come over, my massage therapist, and have her take a picture in the studio, and actually have me take a bunch of pictures of her doing different things in the studio, and then to pick out some of the best photos for her. Obviously, you want it, on lots of these scenarios, it may be better to have the most attractive person or the most appropriate person for your photo to someone who really loves and is excited about it. It can even work to have a woman instead of a man in a photo. That tends to draw clicks lots of times. If it's you hosting the event, it seems preferable to have someone who's not you inside the photo. To me, the photo is combined with the title is one of the most important aspects of the experience. The cover photo, here's what really slowed me down creating the experience too, because this is something I need to ask for help with, to not just, or I could have my wife come in and take a picture also and be right in the middle of the studio. This way, we need someone who's actively engaging with the experience and not just me in the middle of the studio myself. Therefore, for the cover photo and for all these gallery photos, now for this, I could put a picture of myself. I could take this cover photo I took and put this in as a host. This way, people can see myself leading the activity. Ideally, you want a bunch of photos, because then what your experience page gets is a bit of a slideshow. Your experience will have all these different photos, and you want to fill in all these different details ideally. For example, a picture of, this is why you need help with the photos too, because you need pictures of guests enjoying the experience. You want pictures of yourself hosting it, and then all these other details. It says you've got a host picture, so for you, then action, guests engaging, details, a close-up of textures. So for me, I could put some close-ups of various parts of the studio. Then you can put more miscellaneous photos, tons of miscellaneous photos. And then for me, like the location, I could take a picture of the shed with the door open in the backyard or something. The photos section is something you really want to plan ahead for. If you haven't even started doing this yet, plan ahead for getting photos taken properly, not just whipping your iPhone out and taking a quick selfie, but get someone else to come over and be the guest. Then have someone take pictures of you hosting, get some really good pictures of the location, go through and pick out the best pictures for the experience. To me, if I'm Airbnb reviewing this, the pictures tell me very quickly whether I've got an experience worth approving or an experience that's likely to just be junk. Therefore, the pictures part of this, the photos, is where you may end up putting the most time and energy. And when you do a good job with the photos and match that with the title and everything else, the photos can really attract those clicks and stand out in listings. The photos can help you have a high conversion rate where someone clicks on it and actually goes and books the event. Thank you for learning about how to do the photos with me. I am grateful for the chance to share this with you, and I'll talk more about how I'm actually going forward with the event and the experience in a little bit.